Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sonic Theories, a little show where I attempt to make sense out of the senseless of Sonic, or just try to make it a tad more interesting in my own fandom. Obviously, this is mostly just speculation, and the Dark Lords of Sega probably never intended any of this. But hey, when can we ever trust their decisions? Now, what if I told you that Metal Sonic is actually Sonic Roboticized? Would you believe me?
Nope.
Okay, that's understandable. I mean, it's a pretty far out concept, isn't it? Then again, it might just be completely possible. Let's take a look at Sonic CD. There's two themes in there, two big ones. Time traveling and Dr. Robotic corrupting the world into his own vision. In this game, there's a corrupted and pure counterpart for everything, namely the levels. So exists Metal Sonic. Theme-wise, this makes perfect sense. It's the manner in which the corruption is created. That's the matter. But Witty, you silly goose! How can Metal Sonic be Sonic? We obviously play him in the games. Well, to answer that, let me just say one thing. Sega loves them some time-traveling plots. They only did it in 3 games. So time traveling is, once again, the answer. Follow me here. We take away Metal Sonic from CD, what happens? Sonic comes in the normal fashion, Amy glomps him, and being the type of guy he is, he'd probably just run off. Maybe tell Amy to go away. The game proceeds as normal, for the most part, until Stardust Speedway. Act 3. In Act 3, there's no Metal Sonic. All there is a door, and Dr. Robotnik hanging above in his Eggmobile, with a laser gun attached. In normal gameplay, Eggman opens the door for Metal Sonic to race Sonic. Here that doesn't happen, because there's no Metal Sonic. What does happen is Eggman can shoot Sonic because Sonic cannot pass that door. In the other direction, he's dead. He falls off, he's dead. He turns around, he's dead. And he can't hit Eggman, so he's inevitably dead. In the end, the only reason Sonic even makes it out alive in CD is because Eggman decided that Metal Sonic should race Sonic. So that being the case, what happened? Well before the start of the game, in the past or the future, Dr. Robotnik took the body of Sonic, maybe he's dead, maybe he's alive, maybe he's only wounded, and decided to roboticize it, thus creating Metal Sonic.
I, Dr. Robotnik, scientist extraordinaire, have finally completed my greatest invention ever. I call it the Hyper-Metal Sonic.
Upon this, Metal Sonic was sent to the past to help take over Little Planet. Projectors were set up, strictly for Sonic to find. For Eggman, this was far more about humiliating Sonic than it was about beating him. He was already beaten. This was for Eggman to say, I beat you, and this is what you became. You're no match for me. Let's face it, he didn't even need Amy. Amy was simply to lure Sonic to Metal Sonic. Sonic couldn't pass the first door, and he couldn't hit Eggman. The race was merely to prove Metal is Sonic's better. If Dr. Eggman never opened a door, Sonic would be dead. Or roboticized. Metal just being this taunt is also pretty evident in the game itself. It performs that infamous finger wag that Sonic is ever so known for. This could just be reading into it a bit, but the finger wag is first done in the title screen of Sonic 1, later done by Metal Sonic and Sonic CD right before the race begins, and then later done from Sonic to Metal Sonic in
Sonic Heroes.
Yeesh. Saying all that, that could mean that Metal Sonic is the Sonic of Sonic 1, and the Sonic we play today is the Sonic of Sonic CD. But that's crazy talk. A game where Sonic dies? Oh, Sega would never do that. Ha! Maybe not. I I'm well aware that the concept of roboticization doesn't fully exist within the Sonic game continuity. The concept was introduced by Saturday Morning Sonic, which was in development around the same time as Sonic CD. It's interesting to note that the team that developed Sonic CD was located in America. Could they have communicated? It's a possibility. I mean, a lot of times, the world of Robotropolis looks a lot like the bad futures of Sonic CD. Take that for what you will. In the new game, Sonic Lost World, and this is a spoiler alert, so you may want to skip ahead a little. I'll set up an annotation for you. Waiting. 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 You've been warned. In Sonic Lost World, the Deadly Six attempt to turn Tails into a robot. This is a bit closer to robotization of Sonic the Comic by Fleetley, or Archie's legionization, but there is a mind control aspect. So in Sonic Lost World, there is a modern concept of this, though it's a bit dwindled down to the roboticization some of us are used to. Of course, it's also mentioned in Chronicles, but apparently that's not a canon game, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. In CD, there is an element of roboticization that does exist, in a series of smashable items simply referred to as Eggman's Machine. Eggman's Machine produces robots. If you smash them, this results into a good future. Leave them unchecked results into a bad future. The only other solution is collecting the time stones. Which does bring me to my next point. Sonic Generations and Sonic 4. They reintroduce Stardust Speedway. But wait a second. It's in the bad future? As it turns out, if they're in the bad future, that means Sonic didn't collect all the time stone, and there's at least one robot producing machine still operating. And of course there's Metal Sonic. So, is it possible that the one roboticizing machine that Sonic didn't destroy is the one that created Metal Sonic? Keep in mind that the only place to find these robot-producing machines is in the Pacific Zone. It's also important to note that Sonic CD is commonly accepted to take place before Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, hinted by the lack of Tails, who has always been with Sonic throughout almost every single game in the very primitive spin dash. So, how is it that Silver Sonic and Mega Sonic, who are later models compared to Metal Sonic, are still inferior in almost every way? That makes very little sense. You know, Heroes gave Metal Sonic an interesting mindset.
Long time no see, Sonic. My loathsome copy. I am the ultimate overlord, Metal Sonic. I am the real Sonic.
Maybe he's right. So, did I convince you? Or am I absolutely, completely delusional and I should stop making videos? Actually, I'm not going to stop making videos regardless, but am I completely delusional? Comment your opinion below. Do you like this theory? Do that crazy liking and sharing thing all the hip kids do these days.